Welcome to This Explainer. We use search engines dozens, maybe even hundreds of times a day, mostly without ever stopping to think about the massive, mind-boggling logistical architecture running behind the scenes. Well, today we are demystifying that exact architecture, and honestly, the best way to understand how a search engine processes absolute mountains of data is to look at it through a really simple, relatable metaphor. We're going to treat it like a massive, highly efficient library. Okay, let's dive right into this by starting our journey with a pretty simple question. What actually happens when you search for a black dress? Really think about it for a second. What do you think physically occurs that exact millisecond you hit enter on your keyboard or tap search on your phone? Well, there's this super common myth out there that the millisecond you hit enter, the search engine sprints out into the live, wild internet, just frantically looking for mentions of a black dress. Actually, scratch that, it's a complete illusion. The reality is that the search engine doesn't actively scan the live web at the moment of your search at all. It has already done all the heavy lifting long before you even opened your browser. To really understand why this pre-work is so absolutely necessary, you have to picture the internet like thousands of millions of terabytes of totally unsorted books, just haphazardly dumped by a giant delivery truck. That is the sheer overwhelming scale of the internet's unstructured data. Finding a black dress in that chaotic mountain would take years, literally years, not milliseconds, if there wasn't a massive organizational system already in place. So, how on earth is all this managed? Well, we can break this down into three distinct phases of library management, powered by three magical helpers: crawling, indexing, and ranking. First up is helper number one, the crawler. Sometimes you'll hear this called a spider. This is the search engine's dedicated, highly caffeinated data-gathering bots, and its entire purpose in life is to process that giant, messy mountain of raw data we were just talking about. Think of the crawler as the library's ultimate gatherer. Imagine that delivery truck has just dumped a massive pile of new, completely unsorted books right outside. The gatherer goes straight to that truck, which is the live internet, and systematically crawls over every single new website, every new blog update, and every single image. It collects all these raw books and brings them inside, dropping them into a gigantic unsorted pile in the library's main hall. Now, in the digital world, that main hall is called the local server. This is essentially the search engine's private locked hard disk. So the crucial point to remember here is that regular users like you and me, we never actually interact with this stage. It is strictly a behind-the-scenes, private holding area for all that freshly gathered internet data. All right, so with the books all gathered up, the crawler's job is done. But obviously we can't let users browse a massive, chaotic pile of books on the floor, right? So we move on to step two, indexing. Say hello to our second helper, the indexer. This is the brilliantly meticulous system that categorizes and organizes all that messy, raw, crawled data, finally bringing order to the chaos. You can think of the indexer as the organizer. It walks right up to that unsorted pile on the floor, examines every single piece of data, and sorts it into strict categories. It's separating the English literature from the math textbooks and the random blogs from the e-commerce sites. Once everything is meticulously sorted and placed on its proper shelf, all this beautifully organized data is moved over to the main server. And here's why this matters so much for your search. The indexer takes that chaotic tornado of unsorted generic data and carefully categorizes it into highly specific shelves. So now, when the search engine looks for a black dress, it doesn't just stare at a random pile of fabrics. It clearly sees a shelf for spring dresses, a shelf for party dresses, and so on. Now, the library is finally ready for the public. Which brings us to the third and final phase of our framework, ranking. This is the exact moment where you, the user, finally step through the front doors of the library. This entire phase is powered by helper number three, the ranking algorithm. It's this incredibly complex formula that decides the absolute best, most highly relevant results to present to a user. Because think about it, even if you go straight to the English literature shelf, there are still thousands of books there. Which one do you actually want to read? And this brilliantly illustrates the job of the algorithm. I want you to think of it as the head librarian. You walk in with your exact query. The head librarian listens intently, sprints over to the perfectly organized shelves on the main server, evaluates all the options, and picks the absolute most relevant book for your specific needs. It even decides the exact order to present these findings to you, from most helpful all the way down to least helpful. And the final polished product of all this incredible behind-the-scenes teamwork? It's the SERP, That stands for the search engine results page. It's that familiar screen populated with links and images that pops up right after you hit search. The head librarian is essentially handing you this very page. Everything on it is perfectly ordered, with the algorithm deciding exactly who gets first, second, and third place, right down to the most helpful images to show you. And because the crawling and indexing already sorted the data long before you ever arrived, the ranking algorithm can hand you this beautifully curated answer in a fraction of a second. That right there is exactly why the entire process feels like instant magic to you. So we've officially solved the mystery of the search engine's architecture. But as we wrap up this explainer, it leaves us with one really provocative question. If you happen to own a website, how do you ensure that your book is the one the head librarian picks first? How do you guarantee a first-place ranking on that final SERP? Well, my friends, that brings us into the fascinating world of search engine optimization, which is a giant puzzle we'll uncover next time. Keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.